WooF Ditty here. It's about that time, a minute late. I don't like that. Wasn't paying attention to the clock, but good evening for Sunday evening, y'all. Monday, Labor Day. See what happens? We have a holiday. Labor Day. Did everybody labor today? I hope not. I hope they just chilled out. I mean, those of you who are tennis buffs, you know what I mean? We had some incredible matches on today. I was laying around with Buster, watching those matches for the last few days. Just incredible players out there, hanging out with your incredible pooch. And here we are, jumping and jamming. Good evening, Debbie. How you doing? I wish I could have gone on earlier today. It just didn't work out. I'm working on that for Dixie and some other people that wish that was the case. Oh, you're good. Thank you. Hi, Mimi. So last night we did something a little different. We talked about, you know, acquiring a new dog for anybody who might be acquiring a new dog. First time, you know, if you got many of them, whatever the case. And we went through kind of like a 10-point questionnaire kind of thing where you want to ask yourself some questions about to get the right breed for yourself based on all the factors that are so ever important about taking on that responsibility and a commitment. So if you didn't see that show, it was on last night. You can review that on alldognetwork.com. And we skipped a breed last night for that reason. And tonight we have a breed called a Schipperke. And I believe last night I said Schipperke. It looks like Schipperke because it's S-H-I-P-H, but it's Schipperke. Schipperke. And I've got a little story about some Schipperkes, okay, to go along with our breed Ditty. And kind of just get started with that tonight. This is funny, this picture here, if you remember these, there's a pair of them. Now, they're a little larger than the ones that I had. Okay, let me turn this light off back here. Good screen reflection. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to transform this little ditty here, intro ditty. Paul Martin, hey there, WooF Ditty, how you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. Schipperkes tonight. A lot of people haven't heard of a Schipperke. And they're watching tonight. Don't get to watch too much, always at work, Brenda Madden. Well, again, you know, you can always come back and watch these shows on, it's called alldognetwork.com, alldognetwork, one word.com, and the shows are posted. It may be because of the holiday till last night's show won't be till tomorrow. They're usually on the WooF, where you're looking now, they're usually down on the timeline there, saved, just like any other video that you would do. So that's a good way to catch up if you miss something, just so you all know that. Makes it easy not to have to worry about if you miss the show live. But we're going to do, I wrote like, I don't know, 80 to 100 dog meditation guitar kind of tracks. Peaceful stuff to meditate, you know, just keep them calm, to sleep to, whatever the case. And I'm going to play those as we go through the show here, just in the background rather than having just dead silence. It's the kind of stuff it is. Similar to soundscape type stuff, but some of that soundscape stuff that's on your cable, if you've ever listened to it, is some of it's annoying to me. The one drone note on the synthesizer and not a lot of melodic activity. It's kind of like, yeah, it kind of puts you to sleep, but it doesn't. So we have these little ditties here we've done called guitar meditation tracks. There's some with nature sounds in them, blended in, the ocean, the rain, the wind. We call them WooF dreams. And it was interesting when I was recording these, I had Buster in the room kind of as a beta test to see how he would react. And as I was mixing them, I mean, he's just laying down there going to sleep. So hopefully there was a pleasant Olivia, hello there from Atlanta. All right. I lived there for a short time back in the day in Buckhead out there. My brother still lives out there by the Inner Belt. He works down there. Yeah. My parents lived down in Warm Springs for a while too. So tonight's breed, the Schipperke. And I got a little story about the Schipperke. I keep saying Schipperke. Schipperkes. Okay. Those are a little larger than some. This is pretty much a full adult. Actually, here's, keep an eye on this one here. That's kind of the average size, what they look like. Now, I'm going to tell you a real quick story. I'm going to keep it short. I had this friend of mine I was working with a long time ago, about 10 years ago. And one day he brings these 2 dogs to work saying, hey, I got to find a home for these dogs. And there were a pair of Schipperkes that looked like the first picture. Two of them that looked just like this. Same size, 2 of them, not 1, 2. And the story was they were living in an apartment, him and this gal, and they had these 2 dogs and they kept them in the garage of the apartment. And somehow they got caught because there were no pets allowed in the apartment complex, period. They got caught. Well, they evicted him, gave him 30-day notice to get out, and of course he had to find a home for these guys. So he didn't take them to shelter first. He brought them to the work to see if anyone would take them. We had just been dogless moving down here from Northern California, and I asked my wife, I said, what do you think? She goes, oh yeah, they're cute, bring them home, check them out. So sure enough, like just without even thinking about checking out this breed whatsoever, their temperament, what they're like, what they do, what they don't do, how much attention they need. Hello from Michigan, Alexandria. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I didn't do that. I just took them home because they're so cute. I mean, if you saw these 2 of these guys looking at you in a little cage needing a home, you'd just probably say, yeah, I'll take them. 2 males. I forgot what their names were. But brought them home. And first thing I thought, well, I can't leave them alone all day. That's not going to be a good idea. And they can't stay in the house. Who knows what they'll do in the house? So I built one of those you buy those fences, the chain link things, you put them together, put it out the side of the house. Pretty big space. So sweet eyes, Olivia says. Yeah, sweet eyes, all right. But anyway, long story short, I let them out. They were fenced in the backyard, and we had a pool, and we had a pool guard gate for the kids, so they couldn't, go in the water or drown or anything. But we left our, windows that you open up like this, the wooden windows, then, they screw out and you got your screen. I come home one night and the whole corner of one of the windows is gone. It's chewed off. And those are expensive. I don't think we still haven't replaced it. So that wasn't good. Look in the chain link there, where I'd let them in and out of there. Dug up holes everywhere. And pooped everywhere. Just a mess. And they're very hard to discipline. So I had no idea about them. And this is the first show about the Schipperkes. So that's my story. I've experienced them. So what we did is we took them down to the shelter, see if we find them home, letting them know not to, if nobody wanted them within a time limit, but we'll take them back. But within a week, they found them a nice home with some people down here south. They had a Labrador, big lab. So there's another alpha dog kind of around that could keep an eye on these guys and not let them get out of hand. Big old lab. And they had a huge yard where they could run around. So it worked out, and I checked back with them. I said, do you have a report on how they're doing? They said they were doing great. So this place wasn't right for them. And that was what that show was about all last night, is like if you go to get a dog, in this case 2, not even thinking. Not even thinking about it. Just they were so cute. Oh, we'll take them, where they're going to take them, not let anything happen to them. It was the wrong move, actually. For us. I didn't have time to deal with training them or know how to train them or the money to train them at the time, frankly. So that's what we did. We renamed them Sam and Dave. Hold on, I'm coming. So wrote a little ditty about the Schipperke tonight. Schipperke. Forgive me for it's just a habit, because that's what I was told the name was Schipperke, but they're Schipperkes. Schipperkes. So that's the story, but that's what they look like. This one looks like it's been eaten a little bit too much here. Dixie, love the way you play guitar. Thank you. Yeah, I can see how Buster would doze on it. It's very soothing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, these are just ditties. There's about 100 of them. It's different little ditty things, little noodling around, I call it. Now, all these are posted if you guys want to listen to them, or you could probably record them off of here onto your deal if you want to keep them. You just go to that wooftunes.com site, and you can find meditative tracks and just click on it. And you'll see a whole list of them coming through a SoundCloud that come through SoundCloud.
WooF Dreams.
And we call them WooF Dreams. So we just insert that little WooF Dreams in there every now and then. Okay, Sarah's here from Marine City, Michigan. My friend Alexandria and I are both watching. Thank you so much. So Schipperke. So we're going to get to that tonight. Then I'm going to show you a video of the WooF driver and his husky pack. WooF driver is the one who sponsors this whole deal. And alldognetwork.com. G-Day Mate. Good day. Creed. Hello. Thank you very much for that. Hope everyone's having a great holiday off today. So we're going to mix it up a little with the Schipperke breed night, Ditty, Schipperke, and then something about the Huskies and how Bill does with his Huskies. A really interesting video with some good rap stuff on it that introduce you to the WooF driver up close and personal, and his four WooF pack Huskies, Czar, Chase, Zorro, and Princess. So let's get on with, I'm going to cut this back just a hair, and we're going to talk about the Schipperke just briefly here, get this going here, the breed. Schipperke. Okay. That kind of fox-like looking, like you can see, the square profile, and the skull is seen from the side. It looks kind of rounded, narrowing toward the muzzle. The muzzle's a little shorter than the length of the skull. There's a frontal. And they got those erect ears that are set high in triangular shape. Chest is wide, reaching to the elbows. Sometimes born tailless, but if born with a tail, it's customarily docked at the base to the point where it's not visible. I'm not a fan of that tail docking because it's got to be painful. But that's what they do, and there's a reason. Now, it's obviously this one didn't get its tail docked. They usually remove their dew claws. Those of you who know what a dew claw is on the paw, it's like the little thumb up above the paws. Beautiful dog, Mimi says, thank you. So you got your paws with your claws, and then they got the little one up here, the dew claw they call it. We call it, it's like our thumb. Sometimes they remove those. Don't ask me why. Schipperke. He's got a tail around the back, kind of like the Spitz. So I'm not sure what the tail rules are. Now, there's a couple of real cute little bear-looking Schipperkes. They're adorable. But I'll tell you what, they're little feisty little guys, okay? They got a little attitude. And they'll eat your windows and the wood off the bottom of your chairs if you're not careful. So, the coat color comes mostly in a solid black, which is the only color that's accepted by the American Kennel Club as far as the Schipperkes. Comes in a range of tans and fawns, which are acceptable by some other clubs. They said fox-like mouth, like they could just eat something, and they love that, eat that wood off the corner of my windows, I'll tell you that. What sweet little pups. Yeah. You know what's funny about these pictures, they're all sweet looking. Just you get a couple of them, and they drive you crazy because they're so energetic and need a lot of attention. But they are adorable. I have a yellow tab named Chance. We're trying to teach him not to beg. What would you recommend? Well, I'm not the expert at that. I'm not a behavior specialist, but I can give you a referral to one of our other hosts if you haven't watched our show before. If you go to alldognetwork.com, you'll find one of our hosts, Dean Miller, and he's a dog trainer and behavioral specialist. He's in Nashville, and his website is thedogcounselor.com. Go to his site, thedogcounselor.com, and he has a bunch of shows as well that he does twice a week. And you could go through his episodes and see if I haven't watched them all. I don't have time to watch them all, but if I was interested in finding out something, I'd probably clip through them and see what he's talking about on that particular show. They're 30-minute shows. But you can always email him, and he has his phone number there right on his website. Call him up, say, hey, I've got a problem. I've got a yellow lab that begs. What do you recommend? He'll tell you. He knows. He knows these answers. It's amazing. What is this breed actually bred for, like Ridgebacks or lion catchers? Well, I'm going to get to that here. That's a good question. And we usually look at the origin here. Okay, they were bred, the Schipperke was bred in Flanders by a canal boat captain named Rensens. One guy. It was descended from a 40-pound black sheepdog known as a Leneuvenaar. It's a good one. Which is the same sheep herding stock that the black Belgian sheepdog descended from. So, the Schipperke was bred smaller and smaller and eventually became a different breed entirely. The dogs became a favorite choice to guard canal barges in Belgium. The breed was used for herding livestock and hunting game, or simply guarding his domain. In Flemish, the word skip means boat. Hence, where they got their name Schipperke. They earned the nickname Little Captain or Little Skipper because the dogs were ratters. They were ratters, a very important function on a canal barge, and also the captain's dog. So they alerted, of intruders and things like that. You're welcome, Sarah. Yeah, get in touch with Dean. I guarantee he can help you. He's cool. 15 years or more experience with this stuff, and he knows how to do it. Yeah, you'll be happy. I love Chance. I bet you do. So, those are a couple of tips there, and I hope that answers your question about what they're bred for. They became very popular in the Belgian households in the late 1800s, and first appeared in a dog show in 1880. From that point, the Schipperke was exported throughout the world, and they do very well on boats, and people often get this breed to come along with them on boating and fishing trips. Makes a great guard dog when the boat anchors for night. Anybody coming around getting on my boat? Alerting anything out of the ordinary, and the dog thoroughly enjoys its trip. See, I didn't even know. That's great. Thank you, Brenda says. You're welcome. So, if you're a boater, they like to go on the boat and they guard your boat. And I'll tell you what, those sharp scissors teeth they have, these two ones I had, they're chewing the wood off the corner of the window like it's gone. The corner's gone. It's still gone. It's so expensive to replace that window. Those ones you wind out in the back there by the kitchen. So I wouldn't want to get bit by one of these guys and tear your limbs off. And they were recognized by the American Kennel Club in 1904. So, great dog to watch your boat. Okay. Now I'm going to play the ditty about that Schipperke right now. That I wrote about the Schipperke, which is kind of one of those funny little ditties I do. Let me pause this and we'll play this here. Sammy the Schipperke.
Look here, it's Sammy the Schipperke.
Hi, Roy.
A small and sometimes described as fox like looking dog. But don't let him give you any stage fright. He's just a little guy who's real quick and tight. Energetic little dog, house spirit alert and confident. Nowhere the size of a big old hog. He's a tiny little guy. Sammy the Schipperke. Sammy the Schipperke. Best quality is ability to defend against home intruders. If you've got some trying to get through your screen, he's backing down from nobody. They're gonna scream, get me out of here. I see a Schipperke, it's Sammy. But same time he's being very excellent friends to the family.
Glad to have you back, Roy.
When he's in a good mood, but he can be difficult, the house trained as a pup. But sooner or later he makes it all up by knowing when to ask to go out with a sharp little shout out. That's Sammy, the Schipperke. Now baby get one for you and one for me. Let's get to Schipperke's. We'll call them now Sam and Dave, the Schipperke's, and teach them how to sing some R&B. Hold on, I'm coming with my Schipperke's. Hey!
Yeah, Sam and Dave there, those little Schipperke's, teach them how to sing some R&B. Just a silly little ditty about the Schipperke. Okay, so that's good. We've got that going on, and we've got some folks here on Labor Day. We're going to shift over here and to the WooF driver. This is the shirt, and we've got these shirts. We should know something the next few days on the availability of what we're going to be able to offer on this shirt, and it's the regular T-shirt with the logo, which is this, as you can see on the page you're on Facebook, and have it on the front and the back of the T-shirt, and offer those for a better price than one of these. Are kind of pricey, but we're still going to see about these, of course. Okay. Sam and Dave, the Schipperke's. But now we're going to shift over real here. We're going to shift gears, and we're going to show a little ditty here about. This is a rap, and it's also up close and personal. About the WooF driver, so you get to meet him a little bit and see what he's all about. He's the gentleman that has the WooF pack, which are 4 huskies, he calls them, and these guys go out on these adventures that are absolutely incredible. Almost every day. Maybe not on the weekends, they take a break, but they go on some serious expeditions with the Sacco cart. These motorcycles, all dog vehicles we call them, and this is behind the scenes at a rap little live barkathon, I think he called it. Barkafest, a Bach Oktoberfest.
I'm Bark Ruffalo.
I'm Billie Holiday, and we have been doing songs with WooF Driver for about a year now.
This one is tentatively titled Main Lean WooF Driver Team.
We had been doing stuff for nearly 9 months to a year before we met Bill, and when we were getting ready to meet Bill at the Barkstoberfest, it was a real trip.
Yeah, we really didn't know what to expect because we were so familiar with the songs and what he was interested in, but
Yeah.
we hadn't actually met him.
It was kind of interesting because we parked and got out, and it was sort of like one of those Wild West towns where there's just like one road, and there's saloons and stuff on the other side, but it was just tents with like dog treats, and then like all the citizens of the town are just dogs and little like tutus and things like that. So it was like a little like dog world.
Yeah.
If you look at the stage to my right, keep going that way, to the right.
Barktoberfest 2013. Bark Ruffalo.
You will see
Billie
the registration
Holiday.
table as well as the starting line.
Doesn't get any realer than this.
Then we met Bill.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to expect, but
Yeah.
he was so nice.
Hey there, how are you, Bill? Hey, Billy, how?
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Bill?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to finally
got
meet you.
Doing an awesome job for me.
Oh,
Really
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
It's really
Were you just wrapping up there now?
We're just- yeah,
I'm like,
just
wait a minute, I recognize that.
Yeah, we're just doing a sound check.
Yeah, the songs went really well. We were really excited to be up there. We had all of our WooF gear on us,
Yeah.
our hat and our T-shirt.
Yeah, it was crazy because I just feel like for some reason once we started it was just like people definitely weren't expecting it. I mean, when we showed up, we weren't expecting to see any of the things that we did because it was a crazy scene to us.
This here Wolfpack is out of sight. This here Wolfpack is out of sight. running wild, but she's got the
WooF Driver was up there right in the front with his cart, with his dogs, and
Yeah, his front row seat was him in the car.
yeah, it was great.
on that you can bet. He's your guy. Number one. You know that's right. Driver team,
Clean and mean,
ready to run through field and stream. No backing down.
eyes on the ground.
Fresh off the trail.
We run this town.
4-star players, shining bright. Work hard all day and play all night. They'll pull the
And the dogs are having a great time. I could tell.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
dogs.
Bill was practically like, had his arms like kind of just like,
Yeah.
other dogs sit there growing moss. He'll power through like a boss. He stands alone, commands the throne. There's no I in team and no I in bone.
The dream of the team is Jack the Shore. He lives to run when the air is pure. A real chill dude with a cool attitude.
A friendly pup who's never rude.
He loves nature, the great outdoors, and to explore.
Down on all fours.
Don't think he's lazy, that's just crazy. As fast as the best while still singing lazy.
WooF driver team, mean and lean, ready to run through field and stream. No backing down,
Eyes on the ground,
fresh off the trail.
we run this town.
4-star players, shining bright. Work hard all day and play all night. They'll pull the cart to the heart's delight. This here WooF pack is out of sight. Thank you.
We're rapping about the app.
yeah,
Walk for a Dog app.
Bill's app.
And kind of like a prolonged, like a jingle about the.
It's kind of like a press release.
Yeah,
Set-
a press release set to music.
Set to music.
Wrapped and set to music.
Yeah.
Shout out to the WooF Driver making this all possible.
Every day, us dog lovers find a way to get our best friends out for some play. Walk in the park, the parks and dog parks. We give them some fun and they give us their hearts.
In this techno age, we've reached a
And I think the nice thing about the app that he's kind of come up with is that it makes it really, really convenient to help out with shelters and different charities for animals, because people now with technology, they want things to be as simple as possible, and he's kind of tapped into that.
On the off track.
It tracks your stats and adds them up for positive impact for cats and pups. Just walking your dog is a good deed done, helping animals in shelters while having fun.
The Walk for a Dog app turns your laps into mint green money, yeah, cold hard cash. It earns for those who can't make a stand for themselves, so help out and lend a hand.
To give them a comfy time until they find a fine home where they can reside, so they can feel all the love you've known and rest assured in a happy home.
Walk for a Dog, as it's known, is an app you install on your mobile phone. It lets you give carefree of tax just from the time with your dogs and cats.
So pop and rock, now set the tone. It's the best way to give all dogs a bone. Now listen once more to my just take
Okay.
your dog for a walk.
But walk for all while you play ball. This app adds
So that's-
up all the miles you haul.
So cool, because they went into talking about the Walk for a Dog app, which we've talked about many, many times. Walk for a Dog, you can download that free from the iPhone store, Apple store, the Android store, and basically you put it on your phone, and every time you take your dog out for a walk, run, whatever you do, you open it up and you start walking, and it says start walking, and it's recording a GPS. Those of you who don't have that, you got to have it. And we also sign up in there. It knows where you are, allows your location, of course, and the shelters in your area. Then you choose a shelter of your choice, and it automatically will donate, I believe it's 4 times a year now, for every mile you walk over a quarter. It adds that up in small increments, and it amounts to some kind of cash here. It automatically gets a check sent to that shelter of your choice. So the more people that use it, the more money comes, and you wonder, where's the money come from? Well, it's pretty much silent investors, you know what I mean? They give to charity. They're able to afford to invest in something like this. And they also get a little bit of return on investment on the advertising on the app pages. You'll see come up little things that, you know, Petco, PetSmart, whoever, Purina, whatever they can get the sponsors. And then, of course, the way the analytics work on Google, you know, and Facebook and stuff is for every time you click on something, somebody gets paid, just like every time you use your debit card, somebody gets paid. Every time you use your credit card, even if you pay it off at the end of the month and you don't pay the interest, somebody's getting paid every time you use it in small amounts of money. The banks, the banking system's the way it works. And they all get that through advertising dollars is how they get their money back. So, having said that, please, Walk for a Dog app, use it. I use it every day. Buster. Plus, it's cool. It's a GPS. It shows exactly in real time where you're going after you're done. When you stop walking, it shows you where you went in blue, okay, on your map, just like a Google map. Then it tells you your average time you spent out, average miles per hour, and the distance that you went. And it keeps track of that history. So you can see, let's say last Wednesday I walked 1.25 miles, and it took me like 25 minutes, and we went here, so we went. So, it's very cool. It's free. Everything about it is free for the user, for us. It's a no-brainer. And you're helping those shelters. This money comes in, and they go, whoa, we have this extra X amount of dollars this quarter. We can get more cages. We can accept more pets. We can hire on another person. We can stay open later with more person. I mean, all the things you need money for to run an operation, they're getting this free money. I know by now in the LA area, there's thousands of people using this thing. And every time I see somebody walking with their dog, I ask them, are they hip to it? They go, no, never heard of it. And I show them right there. I take mine, pause it, you put it on pause, you talk to somebody while you're doing your walks, then lose track of your workout time. And explain to it, show them what it is, and have them download it right there and then start using it. Great thing. That's what they were rapping about on that particular stage there at that particular function, turning people onto it. I have another Walk for a Dog jingle that I wrote way before that that I should play for you sometime. Let me see if I can even find it. What else? Let me see here. So that's, you got a good picture of the WooF driver. There with the Huskies. And let me take a look here. So it's going to come up. Huh. Let's see if I can find this. Bear with me just for a second here. It's not the one I want. There we go. Play this for you.
Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. The new Walk for a Dog app installs easily. Just call your over with a big loud clap. Now you're set up to do your exercise laps. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. This app with GPS will track your path, record your time, speed and distance, and that's your facts. If it converts those facts into donation cash, let it send to the shelter you selected in the app. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily.
Walk for a Dog app daily. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free.
Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs are free. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. The new Walk for a Dog app installs easily. Just call your rover over with a big loud clap. Now you're set up to do your exercise laps. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. This app with GPS will track your path, record your time, speed and distance, and lots of facts. It then converts those facts into donation cash that is sent to the shelter you selected in the app. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily. Money for nothing, happy dogs for free. Use the Walk for a Dog app daily.
So, use the Walk for Dog app daily. Those dogs kind of look like a bear. Yeah, they do. The little Schipperkes. They're a trippy little pup. They're definitely determined, energetic little dogs. So, we've covered a little bit of ground tonight. Being Labor Day, we're going to let you go here. A little early tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back. We don't know the breed tomorrow night, but there's so much stuff out there that's fun, happy stuff for your dogs. And we talked about many things. We're working on this new project right now that hopefully will come together pretty soon about a little music for everybody out there to be able to be a musician. You say, well, how am I going to do that? I can't play anything. Thank you. I will have a good night, Mimi. Thanks for tuning in. But we'll talk about that. So it's going to be an interesting thing if we can put it together. You'll be able to actually play an instrument with your dogs and have them kind of maybe hopefully start singing along with you. Just stuff. Just good stuff. Experimental stuff, fun stuff. And that's all we try to do here on the WooF Ditty show. What about a whippet? Did we talk about the whippet? The whippet good. I think you asked me about that. Let me check something out here and see if that's something we could pull off here. Mimi. I played soft music for my beasties and they loved it while in their kennel. Yeah, absolutely. Let me turn this back on here. Now you can pull all these things I'm playing up here, the ones I've produced and written, played, at WooFtunes, WooFtunes.com, WOOFTUNES.com, and look for the meditative tracks, guitar tracks, meditative blends. They're all there. You can pull them up and just play them. And once you start playing them, they kind of just keep rotating. You don't have to like turn them on and off. Back to the whippet real quick. Let me see. Well, let's see. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Jessica. You hear that? The whippet looks like a greyhound. Yeah.
Dreams.
Hang on a second. Let me out here. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Well, let's do that tomorrow night. How's that? Tomorrow night, the whippet. Whip it good. You have a whippet, or you just we'll do a ditty. So tomorrow night we have it by request. I love it. My dogs are with me now listening. Cool.
WooF Dreams.
You know, I think you got to figure that if music, you know, soothes the human ear, that most likely it should used to. What was the name? That if music soothes the human's ears, then most likely it soothes the dog's ears. Just like loud, harsh noises, make a dog crazy. They're so much more sensitive. Their radar and their little amplifiers in their ears, they sense so much easier than a human. They can hear so far away and smell so far away and see so far away compared to us that gentle music must be nice for them as well. And of course it makes sense. So, and you can see their reaction, like they're jumping around and barking. 13 and a half, when'd you have her ever put it down? Her name was Cassie. So we're going to have Cassie in memoriam tomorrow night. Cassie the Whippet. Cassie our Whippet. You got it, tomorrow night. Until then, you have a great night. We're going to soothe out of here. We're so happy and fortunate that we have you guys out there watching this stuff that you love and love your dogs so much. Good night. Thank you, Debbie. That you love your dogs so much and you love hearing about it, and we just really appreciate it. And we're just trying to do the best we can with what we got. You know what I mean? Nobody's. You're welcome, Mimi. Good night. Nobody's trying to be anything other than there for their dogs and learn more about them and understand them. I mean, it's funny. You just look at a picture of a dog looking right in the camera. It looks like he's looking right at you. That's Schipperke there. So cute. You just feel that. I feel that when I see that picture. I feel like I'm feeling that dog. It makes me almost like get teary-eyed because they're kind of like beholden to the human, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And you're supposed to just embrace that. So y'all have a great Labor Day night, and until tomorrow, sleep tight and keep the pooches right. Y'all take care.